Welcome to a very special edition of Make We Talk here on the Make We Talk YouTube channel. This evening, we're going to speak about the disrespect by the government of Jamaica to the bus and taxi operators. Do you believe that the Prime Minister disrespect the people of Jamaica? We're going to speak about that. The Prime Minister had a press conference this evening. This morning rather. He hasn't addressed the situation with the bus and taxi operators. Do you believe that the Prime Minister of Jamaica disrespect the people, the bus and taxi operators in this country? Let us discuss it. You can call 876-782-8235. Be a part of this discussion. I have with me a very good friend of mine from the St. Thomas area. He was on with me this morning. None other than Sir Clark. Welcome back, Sir Clark.
Yes, Jeffrey. Good evening. Thanks for having me again.
What is your views on this, sir? Do you believe that the Prime Minister disrespect the people of this country, sir? And do you believe that they will get a payment plan?
Let me first say this. I was shocked yesterday when I saw the press release. I was shocked when I heard of the state of emergency. And incidentally, the areas that were chosen were the places where a particular transport group was very strong in. All those areas. I am surprised that the meeting was announced for 8:30, then it went to 1 o'clock, and it kept changing. Then I hear emerging after that there will be a payment plan of some sort, some proposal that the groups need to submit for a payment plan and whatever.
Right.
I am there to submit the document which should be collectively done by all who was present, and should be submitted by 3 o'clock tomorrow for cabinet approval next week, Monday. And I start to think and I start to wonder and ponder. I need to submit it by 3 tomorrow. And it's way next week, Monday, it's going to be deliberated. Is it to appease the sector and allow conference to go on without incident? And then after conference, we go back to square one again where we have irate a transport sector. I can tell you this, I know persons that will be pleading with persons who withdrew the service to remain calm and not to be violent, and to let good sense prevail and allow the process to continue, and the process to go through the motions. I don't know how well, if come Monday something else negative emerges, I don't think it will go well. And I hope we don't have to go down that road. I strongly hope that the GPS is lined up properly, that we don't have to end up on the wrong road with this. That's my comments on it.
You know something, Mr. Clark? I do not believe, because I keep on saying this, if they want to give them an amnesty, and after a while I said I give them no amnesty, all right, then they give them a payment plan. Why couldn't they say, okay, here's the payment plan? Why have to submit and submit and submit? And why is it the Prime Minister didn't see it fit to address the nation this morning pertaining to it? Yes, we had this discussion this morning, but based on what I am hearing now, that the three groups has to write some letter to the Prime Minister for what?
For
to the minister, rather.
For it to go to cabinet. I understand the process. I understand that. But I think one of the issues for me is the matter of the tickets that are illegal. Now, are you saying that these tickets will be included in this payment plan that is already illegal? Two, is it the tickets that are already paid, but the driver can't produce a receipt, will you have to pay for them again? Or even if you haven't received, you still have to pay for them again? Will that be addressed in this new arrangement? Those are my concerns. And I think that would be grossly unfair to any person that is in that situation. Because remember, this ticket system issue is not only affecting taxi and busmen, it affects the trucking transportation sector, it affects company drivers, it affects the regular man going about his everyday business, even them politician too. Because as I was saying to the NDM gentleman the other night, when him sent pay how much ticket, but did he go to Elliston Road and check his record to see if he has any warrants out for his arrest? I leave that one right there, somewhere, brother. It's alarming though. Very alarming. Sir Jeffrey? I seem to have lost Jeffrey. But if you have any other views, those who have tuned into the channel, you can post in the chat, and Jeffrey will address it when he comes back up. But what's your views on what happened today? What you think could be the outcome come Monday? And what you think should be the next move for these drivers that have withdrew their service and now would have resumed back duty either tonight or tomorrow morning? If all else fail come Monday, what would you suggest should be their next move? I see somebody said it is serious. I see somebody saying that it's foolish because they think Sunday they might all out on us till Monday, so their thing can keep, but that no right it hard on everyone, and everyone feeling it, everyone, and that is so true. That person that wrote, Mr. Keaton. Yes, I think it can be a smoke screen, but I'm gonna give the government the benefit out that they're genuinely gonna address the issue and create a payment plan. I heard that one of the requests they're asking is that there be no points taken from person's license, and that the original ticket fee would be what they will be paying, so forth. So I am gonna wait. I reserve my judgment, but I'm asking persons that is there in the chat. Can you post your questions or whatever your concerns are as the way going forward? It is now 7:59 p.m. in Kingston, Jamaica. What do we do? I see somebody said, let us look. Yes, Mr. Ramel Booth is saying, let's look. Yes, we need to look and see, but I think the public needs to voice their opinion in solidarity with the transport. Remember, the taxi and the busmen carry each and every one of us daily. So I'm saying, we shouldn't just leave them out there hanging dry. We should get to understand and appreciate what their concerns are. Because talking to persons on the road, we realize that some of them don't really understand why the drivers are protesting. They just think that they are being neglectful, don't want to pay the fines. It's not that they don't want to pay the fines, it's that some of the fines are unreasonable. Some of these tickets are illegal. One of the concerns is that they've already paid for some, and some of it is also an excessive issuing of tickets. And when they can't find anything to give them a ticket for, they start picking at things that is not in their purview. Like, I don't know if the general public know that a policeman can't really give you a ticket for a tire. He will have to first take it to the examination depot and let the examiner examine the tire, and then maybe instruct the police to give a ticket. But the police cannot just solely get up and write a ticket for a tire issue. It's only an examiner is qualified or competent to issue such a ticket. But you know, we're here tonight. We're here trying to hear other person's views. I don't really know what is happening with Jeffrey. I saw a message coming that said that he's hearing, but I'm not seeing him. It's also saying that government disrespect bus and taxi operators and no to a ticket amnesty. The Minister of Communications said last night that that they already gave 2 amnesties. All right, I understand that, but when will it, the government address the issues that plague the system? Just on the 7 o'clock news this evening, I saw they had on the goodly gentleman, none other than one of the most famous retired police officers in the industry, none other than SSP Radcliffe Lewis, retired. Um, he he was on TVG and he was pointing out that one of the issues with the ticket system is that it's 5 agencies that has to deal with the tickets. One of them being the tax office, the the tax office, the transport authority, the island traffic authority, I think, the police, and I think the judiciary to the clerk of court's office. And so, there's the multiple agencies. Now, is the system network and compatible to each and every one of them that they will work effectively? Those are questions.
Sir Clark, are you
Yeah.
hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
I'm having some internet issues here. But Sir Clark, why they don't come and tell the people of this country that the system is having a glitch? It is not working properly. And why they keep on have this draconian system on us as if what? We're a human being?
The truth is, Jeffrey.
And the former SSP of Tint.
The truth is, Jeffrey, I don't think the government is man enough to admit that there is major flaws in the system, and to admit that most of those tickets are illegally issued, that there was an injunction filed. They are playing on the ignorance of the commuters to just go and pay the tickets or just get arrested and then go court and pay the fine because they want to get out. It's more of an intimidation and sort of an extortion. My problem with it is that a lot of these operators don't know their rights. And that is one of the things that is hurting them, because if they knew their rights.
And that give the Prime Minister of this country, all of a sudden, he has to call a state of emergency.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, when the whole thing of the $1 billion worth of cocaine was found in St. Mary, what he did to distract the country in bulldozer down house. Now this morning, before the man addressed the nation, neither him nor Ardlishaw have the decency to address the people of this country of what is going on. What they did, they called for state of emergency. And Minister Ardlishaw was at the press conference and have the members of the transport sector waiting on him. I heard when Minister Morgan said we must welcome Minister Ardlishaw, Minister of Transport. He was at the press conference at Jamaica House. That'll show you the regard they had for us. Mr. Clark?
Say that again, Jeff. I got a glitch a while.
No, I'm saying to you, when the press conference happened, Minister Ardlishaw was at the press conference at Jamaica House. Yet he called for a meeting at 8:30 with all the stakeholders in the transport sector. And he was at the press conference with the Prime Minister and have the people them waiting.
Jeffrey,
yes,
that was a bargaining chip collection. Them appeased them last night, hoping that they would go out and work, or that most of them would go out and work. And they wanted to see if things would have gone back to normalcy, because they have this belief that taxi men hungry. Now I sent you a video just a few minutes ago. This big spread of food that them and them cook. The amount of cooking I see happening at different locations and partying and drinking. So the man they're not hungry. And they were
running a
adamant.
boat.
Exactly. The man they were adamant in going a few more days. There were some videos I saw where you could have seen a one had about 10 car park up instead of not working. And a lot of buses were in agreement with the drivers with joint service. So they were willing to forego the daily money. You know what I'm saying? So I think they use it as a bargaining chip, appease them up, so they go out to work this morning, announce the state of emergency, and then when they realize that, they start talking about 1 o'clock. Now, they need to stop playing people. Because let me tell you something, that movement I saw last Tuesday, that ended up in the withdrawal service Monday and today, is a serious message to the government, to the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Security, and to the Transport Authority and to the Transport Ministry that listen. Too long they have been fools and they are wising up. Two little taxi man start this movement, you know. Two little taxi man. And some in the business over 20 and 30 years said them to defend the transportation sector and could have never got the attention of the government like they got. Now,
but you know something, Sir Clark, before we go any further, our listening audience out there, share this YouTube channel. And if you care to call in, WhatsApp call only, call in and tell us what do you think the Prime Minister and the Minister of Transportation is doing. Do you think they'll really give you all a payment plan? Call in 876-782-8235. That's 876-782-8235. WhatsApp call only. Call in and tell us what you think. Because I don't believe they're going to do it. Why do that? Why do they have to do something now and then go back to cabinet with it? Why couldn't you just say, okay, we can't give you an amnesty, but we can give you a payment plan. Here is the details of the payment plan. And is that the payment plan going to work? Or are there not going to be any glitch in the system? What do you think, Sir Clark?
Boy, me have to wait and see, Sir Jeffrey, because where I see things going, you know, when I saw that press release yesterday, and all they could have done is pick up the 2% negative. They didn't see none of the 98% positive of what happened yesterday. All they could have picked out is lawlessness and disorder. That's all. And to me, it was just one incident. And them had that gentleman with a piece of stick all over the place. And every minute them take out video and release it. You know, it's too much PR, man. Too much PR. Too much PR. The Commissioner of Police is a PR specialist. The Minister of Health is a PR specialist. And it's full time they start to talk the truth of what is happening in these ministries and these agencies. Instead of try paintbrush things and make it look like everything one can do already. And you see the Jamaican people still and just take the PR and not question it. You know.
Well, it starts some questioning. It is started because a movement was found, or a movement was formed by the One Voice group. And the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security, along with the Minister of Transportation, never expect this. And they're trying to cow them down. And I'm saying to the people tonight, do not let them detract you from what the purpose that you stand out for, you know. That is why they called for a state of emergency. And he believes that state of emergency can solve Jamaica's crime problem. Every day has state of emergency. It is unconstitutional. You can't be having a state of emergency to solve crime in this country. It is unconstitutional.
And I want somebody to come and tell me tonight if what I'm talking is damn nonsense.
Jeffrey, I think you need to read. There's about 3 posts in the chat that have not been addressed.
You have them there with you reading because this phone is
Yeah.
giving me problem.
All right. One of them by Mr. Booth said them have no respect for us. And Delroy Keaton says some of the tickets is illegal. The fine that they give us, it don't pass yet. So all it is, so they need to look at that. And the next thing, COVID was there. A lot of people lost their jobs. And then Delroy Keaton said again, people rather to deal with their kids with the loss they have than deal with ticket. They never have it. It's not just taxi man only. All I'm saying, they need to give us time to do so. I can understand his frustration.
The people is at a crossroad in this country. And if we in Jamaica, I want if Mr. Styles from Jatu can come on and talk to me.
Call him now. You have him number.
Styles, if you're hearing us, can you call 876-782-8235 WhatsApp call only? I want you to come on and tell us what the minister really said in the meeting in the sense of this letter we're supposed to write. Because remember if he said jinx and a jinx, you know. If he said a pussyfoot around and a jinx, you know.
Jeffrey, behave yourself.
Me not be myself tonight, then a jinx and a pussyfoot around.
My name, they put stop out there for your conference. You can't go in. Mine, you know.
Me never go to a conference yet.
Okay.
I am need a Labour Party member, a JLP, or a PNP member. My gay back smash up.
Yeah, but they may block your media credentials to go to cover it. That's what I'm saying.
That's for them business. They want block it and block it, but they're not shut nothing with sense of pay nonsense then they talk. They're not talking with substance.
The truth is, Sir Jeffrey, we will have to just wait and see come Monday afternoon after their press release has been released what really transpired from cabinet. I am urging the operators to hold straight and to wait and see, give them the benefit of the doubt, and then go back to the drawing board if it is not favorable, and see how best they can lobby once again for some adjustment to the system. There's another chat that says Roland Barrett. They will if we don't give them any buses and taxis for their conference. Sunday and the Jamaican economy next week again. Oh, and jam the economy next week again. Okay. I understand that now. So in other words, he's saying don't give them no bus for the conference. And then if they
that is what I am saying. Oh, this thing come up now. This is what I'm saying. I am saying to the public transport sector out there, do not let this government fool you. The reason why he called for a state of emergency, read between the lines, Jamaicans, is because he has never seen the taxi group organized. And when they bring in all them vum vavam and the vim vivem with the green from country for come in, it was going to be a chaos in Kingston and St. Andrew. So what he did was to call for a state of emergency. Now you all do not be gullible and take their money to carry in the body and our conference. Anybody who don't have a car, go come and then walk.
Jeffrey, you know what I saw on TVJ this evening? I saw Mahfoud, I think he's the head of the PSOJ, I think.
William Mahfoud.
Yeah, one of them, something was him is the head of. And he was saying, listen, this thing is hurting their business. And, you know, while they understand the unruliness and the bad behavior, but have a sit down talk and give them an amnesty and let them clear up the system. He was saying that.
No, man. The Prime Minister of this country who believes that he is a Dan. He has the iron fist like Xi Jinping of China and the iron fist like Vladimir Putin of Russia. Him not see fit to talk to us because he does not respect the people of this country. Andrew Michael Holness does not respect the Jamaican people, because if he did, this morning when he had the press conference was an opportune time for him to address the situation. He did not.
Quite understandable, but it's shocking. I'm quite disappointed, to be frank. I thought after seeing that swelling Monday, and then I hear Mahfoud come out and make a statement like that. I just sent you 2 videos earlier where a taxi man went into a KFC.
The KFC is halfway tree.
And I said, boy, taxi man locked down KFC, nobody know in it. So I can imagine.
If there wasn't some words in it, I would have put it up. But there's
Exactly.
some words in it, I don't want to put it up.
Exactly. Maybe you can mute the audio and show the video.
But that is to show you. That is to show you that the taxi business in this country, taxi operators in this country, have an iron fist on the economy of this country. And if you don't want to lock it, you can't lock it down. But no, make them, you are gonna divide them again.
But Sir Jeffrey, they don't realize that they are an essential service. They should have been afforded the same rights as the nurses and doctors and firemen and police as in COVID. They didn't get that. They didn't get that liberty. And I think that is one of the things. They don't know who they are and what they are. And until they come to know who they are, then they will gain the respect, and they would also conform to certain behaviors and exclude certain negative behaviors. I'm not a transport operator in terms of taxi and bus, but I operate trucks. But I can tell you, I never realized so much intelligent taxi man out there.
Of course they are.
No, but based on how the picture is painted, you would think that all of them are arrogant and ignorant and do some little rude boy and rare. I hear some brilliant people, some decent people, and it's a minority, it's negative. Trust me. I really, if it finish, I really appreciate the compliment that I've been exposed to. Trust me. And I think the government really need to recognize and appreciate some of these drivers. Stop paintbrush this with this broad brush. Say they would have them a dirty taxi boy and whatever. 1 and 2 misbehave.
Then hold on. Not the same dirty boy and dirty girl. The same lawless dirty girl and dirty boy that Andrew Holness sent out press release. Now them vote for him too. You mustn't vote. Members of the transport sector do not vote. Withdraw the service and go vote. You see how they treat you? As if is nothing in this country. The Prime Minister has the opportune time this morning to address the situation. He's Mr. Bull Duppy and Duppy Conqueror.
Jeffrey.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, man. When I look at the videos, and I purposely posted a ad advertising Sunday in one of the group them. Well, a couple groups, transport groups, I posted in. Some of them deleted it, and some of them it became a topic. And some of them, these drivers voted for the present government. And them swept blind and now vote again. To me, they have lost some support. The government has lost some support politically based on how they have mishandled this ticket system issue and this ticket issue. They have lost some support. And I'm going to have my eyes open to see what happens in Sunday come conference. Although we don't money talk and people move, you know what I mean? But I'll be surprised Sunday if a lot of them show up. I'd be very surprised. But that's another argument. You know, I myself was show every day, I wonder, what really gonna go on. Trust me. But I know my friend SSP tint him loving party. What that conference, But I really heard him speak some too today, which I was shocked and surprised that he did. But we'll see what happens Sunday. Is your system working, Jeffrey? I'm not hearing you. Jeffrey?
When you're talking, SSP Ratcliffe Lewis?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I wonder if we can get him on the platform here tonight.
Let me mute and try calling.
Call him for me now. Because, when you sit down and listen to what is going on, you're trying to figure out what is it in this country? Why politicians keep on disrespecting us? And every 5 years they come with their sweet mouth. Tomorrow morning, you put me in. I can make a sleep with the door open. You give me, I can give a chicken to raise. I can give a goat to raise. Huh? And you're saying to me, the Prime Minister this morning didn't see it fit to address the situation? I won't. But the fact of the matter, until we in this country, and I say to the members of the transport sector, no make them turn in a fool. No make them turn in no idiot. Oh. The time has come for us in this country to wake up. I heard Wilfred Radigan on his program with the chairman of the Police Federation. It's a disgrace. It is a damn disgrace that the government of this country do not give the police the tools to work with to fight crime in this country. And yet they're calling, and yet they have instead of emergency sending out poor people, pitney, to go fight crime. Huh? Lord help us in this country. They don't have any ballistic vests. They don't have any ballistic helmet. They don't have no gun. They don't have enough cars. Where is the money going? This country is in a crisis. We're going on a slippery slope. We're knocking behind Haiti's back door in this country. Whether we like it, yes or no. Whether we like it, yes or no, Jamaicans, we're knocking behind Haiti's back door. And when a government and a prime minister refuse to address the issues that face the country, then our corner dark in this country. I am not taking up for any political party, because the PNP them dead. The People's National Party have no substance to talk. No problem. Make them come on. We in this country need leadership. Where there is no leader, where there's no vision, the people shall perish. If we all stand together, there is no one can break that we need to stand together for a better tomorrow. Am I reading this thing correctly? If we all stand together, there is no one. The English in this thing now read properly. But as I'm saying to you all tonight, as I'm saying to you all tonight, if anybody on this platform want to take part in the discussion, call, WhatsApp call only, 876-782-8235. That's 876-782-8235. What traffic laws they break? They don't break any traffic laws. Why you don't talk about the illegal tickets that the government have been giving the people? The government have been giving the Jamaican people illegal tickets. Why you don't talk about it? And the Prime Minister himself have been breaching the constitution of this land. You believe that Zozos, every minute you have Zozo, can solve the crime problem in this country? I am not saying that we mustn't come together and help solve the crime problem in Jamaica. We need to. We need to come together and help to solve the crime situation in this country. Put on your camera for me, please, on your mic. Welcome to Make We Talk. Sir Clark, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. That might be One Love. Is that your One Love?
Yes, One Love.
Yeah,
good night to you, sir.
Good night, sir. Good night, sir.
You're live on air, so be careful how you put on camera, you know. Turn off whatever you have in the background. It's giving me a feedback.
Silence.
Okay, sir. What do you think about what the minister said to the public, to the people them today?
All right. No, my team, we lead a team today, and what the minister said to me that just go for the amnesty, and cabinet already turned it down. Plan. We'll put it to the executive, and the executive agrees. So we don't say I at it. So we're going ahead with a payment plan. So writing to answer the minister before 3 o'clock tomorrow.
One of us right.
All right, we have some of the things that we're supposed to write now is that, for instance, now we have put things in writing. For instance, the old standard, no, we if you understand now, no for the ticket, illegal issue, but we can be court case. Will come up in a 2023. Just because in Parliament.
Hello?
His internet is freezing now.
You hear
One
me?
Love? One Love, your internet are freeze up now.
We may have to end up calling him, because he's getting. Are you hearing us?
Yeah,
Not
this number.
Talk. His the internet signal gone down on his thing. One Love, are you there? Are you hearing us? I am seeing him, but you're not hearing us. Are you hearing me, Sir Clark?
I'm not hearing him.
Okay, let us continue until we can get him to come back on.
Why don't you try call him on WhatsApp?
Let us get him. You can send me his number.
All right.
Let us. I don't understand this. There's something in this that what One Love is talking about that I don't understand. Why you want them to write what? Do you understand this, Mr. Clark? Because this me kind of daft this evening, yeah. What must they put on paper? To say what? We're asking you for a payment plan.
All right, Jeffrey, what I got from it, you see, is that it was more than one group went to represent the sector. So what they're supposed to do is to discuss amongst themselves and come up with the different points of what they're requesting. So it's basically one voice going to be speaking in whatever is submitted in writing. So then now the minister will take it to cabinet for cabinet to deliberate on it and then respond to it accordingly. So request 1, blah blah blah. Request 2, yeah. Request 3, whatever. I think that is what they're asking them to do. 1 second, let me just mute.
Yes. Then if that's what they want them to do, then I still don't see the sense of their writing to them. Well, yes, you may have to write to them, yes. But this was formally done. They have already formally handed in a letter asking for an amnesty. So if you're not going to give them the amnesty, you don't have the payment plan, then all they have to do, the government have to do, is just present a payment plan to the people. Because it's not only bus and taxi drivers going to get the payment plan, you know. All those in this country who are not taxi and bus operators will get that payment plan too. The government has been issuing some illegal tickets. How they can't address that? If that is not so, Minister Shaw, if that is not so, Mr. Gary McKenzie of the Traffic Department, if that is not so, then tell me if I am wrong. Please. Maybe what we need to do is call former SSP Radcliffe Lewis, you know, because he's not all that versed when it comes on to technology.
All right, you have his number? You have his number?
No, you can send it to me. Just type the thing we're talking, because remember we're live on air. Just type to me, please.
I'll do that.
You know, and the whole negativity and stupidness.
Tell me number.
Vietnamese. Right, no?
Whole negativity and stupidness that is going on. I think I say SSP Radcliffe Lewis. SSP Radcliffe Lewis, good night to you, sir. You need to press your mic and your camera. Unmute the mic and mute the camera, SSP. SSP Radcliffe Lewis, if you can hear us, unmute your mic, sir. You know, we I don't know.
Are you allowed to unmute it for him, Jeffrey?
No, he has to mute from himself.
No.
SSP Radcliffe Lewis, how are you
But
doing?
he's there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear from Negril Point tomorrow and point until the Lord Almighty come.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
You're live and make we talk. Everybody around the world listening to you.
I hear you.
So SSP, what do you think about what is going on in the country with the amnesty, sir?
No, well, let me tell you, my good friend. Yes. I am not in supportive of the amnesty from day one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is much easier. It is much easier if you go through the court system and ask for time, because the amnesty does not allow you time, and some people want 6 months, 7 months, 8 months to pay the fine, and that is not what the amnesty is for. Amnesty is usually for a specified time, maybe a month, 4 weeks, or 6 weeks. After this 6 weeks or 4 weeks is finished, then it is true. Then who did not pay, you have to pay again. If you go to the court system, you can arrange with the judge. When I was at traffic, I usually do it, and you take time and you go there. The judge will call you to come back 8 weeks time or 3 months time or 4 weeks time, and you pay the little fine until it is true. But I am of the opinion that amnesty is not for that. So tell you the truth, Jeffrey, I was not for it. And you must sometime a good friend Marcel cost me to, you know. But you know, me and him have a little talk and so, but after that, me call him and him call me and him same friend, same way. And that is a true fact, you know? And
I understand, you know, and your views is well taken. So
yes.
SSP,
Yes.
your advice to the prime. Do you think
Yes.
that the prime minister and the minister of transport should have
Yes.
should have addressed the nation pertaining to this, sir?
Well, listen me now. No, I don't think it is necessary to address the nation as it relates to that. And Sir Jeffrey tell you the truth. You know, it's only the taxi operators clamoring for amnesty. And I told Mr. Newman, if you want amnesty, it should be amnesty for the general citizenry in the country, road users. But the impression is just like it is just only for PPV operators, and it is biased in my thinking, and it was not done good. Tell you the truth, Jeffrey, it was not done good and planned out. It was done in a haste, although I think when they started about 3 months ago. But last week, Friday gone, it was done in a hurry because the association, One Voice Association, came in and actually took over everything. No management, nothing was put in place, and they were trying to bully their way through, and it backfired. That is my opinion.
Hold on there, Radcliffe Lewis. Hold on there, Sir Lewis.
Yes, sir.
I don't think they were trying to bully the way through, you know. I think, and with all fairness, we must call a spade a spade.
Yes.
I still consider Edgerton Newman as a good friend of mine, you know. I respect the man to the verity he walks on.
Yes.
But I think the transport sector have reached a point where they were calling for leadership. They were calling for somebody to represent them properly.
Yes.
And I think when the One Voice group was found, I think everybody saying, "Oh, it's true, we're gonna go on to that." And I think whoever found it said, you know, the people realized that, you know, the group is a very good group. And I have never seen an organization like this. The only time I've seen an organization like this was in the 1990s gas riot. Go ahead, Marcel.
Yeah, so Lewis, in all fairness, I've talked to the One Voice group at different levels, and in all fairness, I wouldn't say they bullied their way through or were bullying their way through, based on the pronouncement of Mr. Kenwood here and the timeline he gave. I think the sector went into panic mode, and I think that is what drove the One Voice birthing, because you know, they were looking to Tads and other persons to stand up and say something strongly, but that was not happening. So they said, "Listen, you know what? Make us start to own thing and see where we get." And to me, I think they were successful. You know, it made us like a success to some, but to me, them getting to the table to talk, although not yet registered, they were able to speak to the minister and have dialogue. And was heard. You know, I think that is a great accomplishment. And in all honesty, we should commend them. We should commend them.
Yeah, I hear you. But no, I will not venture there. The only thing, like you know, who is an experienced person, I know that you can guide them. You can guide them in the right way, because they are young, full of enthusiasm, and and so forth. But they have to be guided. And then as you, and me and you know, Marcel and Sir Jeffrey, that the taxi business has a lot of different persons inside the business. You have doctors, you have nurses, you have teachers, you have all sort of professionals inside there, and so and least not forget, we have deportees into it, you know, and we have criminals into it, you know.
That is
So
true.
it is an organization that you have to stand up and put down your foot. Eh?
But
Remember
you
the
know,
other
in
day,
fairness,
the hold on, the brother Marcel. Last week,
Hold on, hold
I
on. Hold
okay,
on.
sir.
News just
Yes,
coming into us. More than 200 NWC workers across the island are on strike.
what?
News just reaching us. More
Yeah.
than 2,000 rather, more than 2,000 NWC workers across the island of Jamaica is on strike tonight.
No, well, as me finish video, me I go check out that.
It's just coming
Yeah.
into us that more than 2,000 NWC workers across the island is on strike.
Yes.
What is going on? Let us check this thing properly. But this is the news that we're getting. That more than 2,000 NWC workers are now on strike. They are now on strike.
All right.
SPA, we're finishing a point.
Yes.
Because there's something I want to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Hold on for me. Let this thing finish. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Go ahead, Mr. Ratcliffe. Finish your point.
No, I mean, I know you said you can ask me the question until I remember what I was saying.
Okay, all right. The question I wanted to ask you, I heard you on TVJ earlier this evening.
Yes, sir.
And you brought a revelation which I didn't realize it was so much different agencies involved. I thought
Yes,
it
sir.
was the tax office and the traffic ticket department.
No, 5 of them.
Okay, can you get into that and explain that to us, please?
Oh, yes, the tax office, courts office, transport authority, the police, and ITA. That is the Island Traffic Authority. When the ticket is paid, because as you know, that copy that you receive from the police when you are issued with a ticket, it is a summons, and you know when it came out, it had some legal ramification, and it had to be taken. You hearing me? Okay.
I'm hearing you loud and clear, sir. Go ahead. Okay. We're hearing you.
They had some legal ramification, and it had to be taken back and to Parliament, and it was amended to become a summons. So that ticket that you receive from the police it is actually a summons. So when you take that summons to the tax office, and you have gotten your payment, and you have paid, and you have gotten back your receipt, that is to show that you pay your fine. But what has happened over the years, and for the longest while, after you pay the fine, it is not reflected on the system where the police have access to it, transport authority have access to it, the courts have access to it, and ITA have access to it. That is the way it is supposed to be. That so that the police can look at it and say, well, Jeffrey, I issued Jeffrey ticket. Last month, I issued 40 tickets. Radcliffe Lewis issued 40 tickets. Jeffrey was one, and Marcel was one. I look into it and see if Marcel pay and Marcel does not pay. If the 21 days are up and both of you did not pay, then no, I will write up. I will take that summons, my copy summons. Can remember you have a copy, it is written up in triplicate. Eh? One is for the court office, one is for the police, and one is for you.
Yes.
I will take my copy, which is my summons, to the court's office. Tell them that Marcel did not pay, because when I look at the system did not come up with your name, and as a result, I asked the judge to issue a warrant of arrest for you. That is how it's supposed to go. But there are umpteen times that you pay and it is not reflected, and the police give summons, take the summons to the court, a warrant is issued, and then they arrest an innocent man that have paid their money. As a result, judges are reluctant in issuing the warrants, because most of the time, and that is how sometimes a man have a whole heap of tickets and it is not reflected on the system because the system, that is how the system stay. Normally, the system actually is not speaking together. And as I say, they malice each other because it should be of such that everybody can read the system and know where the tickets are and who pay and who did not pay. But
then Sir Ratcliffe Lewis, Sir Lewis.
Yes, sir.
Then don't you think that when Canute here came out and met such utterance, don't you think that he should have checked everything? Cross that is I, cross his T's. Because if the system has a glitch in it, why are they penalizing the poor pauperizing bus and taxi operators?
Yes, listen me now, and I am going to be frank and frank to you. You see, if you did ask me this question privately, I would have answered you a particular way.
Yeah.
But you see, because you asked me in a public forum,
yeah,
and the fact that he's an employee, listen, this is something that is laid down. I cannot. The fact that I am employed almost to government also, and he's employed to government, I cannot say anything that can.
Say it.
Yes, you can say.
So.
Yes, man, you can say, but me can't say.
The government know.
Yes.
The government of Jamaica know that the system has a glitch, and they refuse to fix it because they're raping the poor pauperizing bus and taxi drivers.
And
the damn want to know.
I want to tell you something to, Sir Jeffrey, is that this system what is happening for a long time. And it started from PNP to JLP to PNP, and it come back to JLP. It is something, the only thing I can say, it would appear that it is something that is very much technical. I cannot give you an opinion, and the fact that I cannot give you an opinion is because I am not a computer specialist, and I don't know anything about computer.
In other words,
but there's something is definitely wrong. Why it is not fixed already?
In other words, it's a milking tree for the two political parties who want Bex tonight, Bex who want please.
Sir Jeffrey,
that is hold on there, Clarky. That is why I am saying to the transport sector tonight, you know, take this thing with a grain of salt. But they're not giving no one and call a payment plan. Be careful. Go ahead, Sir Clark.
Sir Jeffrey and Sir Lewis.
Yes.
Let me just take us outside of the box of the ticketing computer system.
Yeah.
And a simple example. We have utility bills that we pay every month. Light,
yes,
water, food. Every month, religiously, don't it? Right?
Yes.
And you can add credit card and that. But let's go back to those. Light, water, telephone. 3 different agencies, right? 2 of them somewhat privately owned, right? And 1 maybe owned nationally. Now I can go to a particular bank and use their ATM and pay my bill at the ATM. I can go to a Paymaster, I can go to a Bill Express and other different platforms and pay this bill. And within minutes or within a couple of hours, the system was uploaded and it is credited to my account.
Yes.
Right? So why is it that they can't get a computer expert to come in, an IT expert to come in and create a program that when it is paid at the tax office, it goes to the ITA, it goes to the clerk of court, it goes to the police.
Mr. Clark. You know, see what's going on? It has been going on through successful administrations under successful ministers of transportation, and nothing has been done about it. You know, see what's going on? And because the poor pauperizing bus and taxi drivers, some of them can hardly read and write, it's a milking tree.
And that is why I've always said, and especially this we have said it numerous times, is that they need to bring a class action suit and sue the government, and that will force the government to fix the system. Because until somebody challenges it, but if they keep paying it and keep being arrested under these ones, nobody going to fix it. Because the truth is, it's a revenue generator. It is. Because the quickest money can come through Western Union, you know, is when a family get arrested or something like that, you know, or medical issue. Don't you all agree on that?
Yeah.
Well, we hear you. I heard you was saying something about JPS and paying money, and then it is updated. But JPS and the utilities company, telephone company, JPS, they are having their own problem, almost similar to what is happening in the ticket system, you know. Because every day, if you listen to the talk show, both on Nationwide, RJR, another talk show, just like this one here, Sir Jeffrey one, you hear people complaining about being overcharged, about light being cut off when they pay the money. So they are having their equal problems also, just like the ticketing system. And these systems were give trouble too. They give trouble too, you know.
I agree with you.
Yes.
But it is not as widespread as
But
what is
I
happening in the system.
understand exactly what you are saying. But I don't want to take it like JPS and the telephone company system is perfect, is quickly clean and is well perfected. It is not so.
No, I'm not saying
they're having their problems also.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just simply saying that their system, you can really track and trace.
Yeah. Well, I understand that.
But gentlemen, you know my take on all these utility companies in this country. We have a thing that called the OUR. Is the OUR for the poor class of Jamaicans, or to help Jamaicans, or to help the utility companies? That's the question need to be asked. We're not drifting from the fact that we're talking about the ticket system for all Jamaicans, not for bus and taxi drivers alone, for all Jamaicans. The government allow the three major utility companies in this country to rape the economy of this country and continue doing it. And they said nothing about it. They sell JPS to $1 US. If it's $1 US, I don't remember. They sold JPS to Morant. Morant is a company that went bankrupt in the United States. And they came to Jamaica and bought JPS. And when they're done with JPS, they could go back and pay off the American government their whole money and own a power plant in Texas. Is Jamaica a milking tree for companies that come into Jamaica? Now look at this thing. The trafficking system in Jamaica is out of whack. It have a glitch in it. And before the Prime Minister, who said him claims and love poor people, saying one is true, the system have a glitch in there. We have to fix the thing. You can write off millions of dollars for tax. Jeffrey shot him out tonight. You can write off money for your friends and families. And write off radio station who tax money. But you can't write off the money that is owed by the bus and taxi operators and other people in this country.
Sir Radcliffe, I have a question.
Yes.
Based on the recent developments this evening, where all the groups that went to meet the minister, and that they should put a document together to submit by 3 o'clock tomorrow. Do you support that arrangement, or you agree with it, or you think it's gonna work? You think it's gonna go somewhere? You think positive response?
Well, nothing beat a trial but a failure. And I think that what the Minister of Transport said that he wants a document that you refer to as working document and something that he can study, because you have to remember that in our meeting, a certain amount of things are written and certain amount of things are collected in the brain. But
Yes.
the fact that we the organization, the transport sector wants certain benefits to better for the betterment of the transport sector, then we have to put this document together so that he can get it by 3 o'clock. It is going to be tedious work, but I have not gotten a chance. I don't know if it is on the platform, but I heard it from you here now, and I'm going to look and see what can be done. But it is a good gesture. It is a good gesture. I supported it. You supported it.
I support it, man. I support it.
All right.
My thing is though, I hope it's not just a smoke screen just because there's a conference weekend and you need the same taxi and busman for carry persons. And then come Monday, cabinet release a boy. Listen, when I do that, you know. I am fearful of what if that scenario to play out, what would be the repercussions?
No, I wouldn't go that way about bus to carry people to conference. I wouldn't say that. Because what based on what you're saying, that document is needed for it to be presented to cabinet.
Yeah, man, I have a problem with that.
But you wouldn't hear anything from cabinet on Monday, because it is something that is going to be studied, and maybe in the next month or two, you're just hearing something, You wouldn't hear anything from cabinet as it relates to that on Monday. You have to keep that in mind,
Okay.
Because it is something that is going to be studied, something that they're going to check on to see if everything. Thank you. And the legality and the legality of what is mentioned,
Right.
If they can do that too. So a lot of things will have to be checked out,
The truth is that we were not privy to that meeting to know the details of the discussion and what timelines were given for a response back from cabinet. But based on the pronouncements I heard, I got the impression that Monday would be the day they'll be announcing something.
And I think that whatever was said in the meeting, a meeting like that is a high level meeting, and whatever was said is cannot be posted on the platform.
No.
And so you don't know what was said. I don't know what was said, and Sir Jeffrey don't know what was said. So you have to just put your fingers crossed that somebody can tell you what was said, because they have not asked for any outsider to assist with the document. I only heard them asking persons probably who went to assist in preparing the document.
Okay.
And how you hear what was said in the meeting?
I got a voice note to just give a summary.
Okay.
What should be in the document.
And you get it on your inbox.
Yeah, I got it inbox personally.
Thank you. You see, show you.
Yeah, man.
Well, I am not that fortunate as you. You got an inbox. I have not gotten anything inbox. So you are quick on the draw than me.
Yes.
Eventually, I might see it,
Right.
But I might see it when it's late. But you see it when it's hot.
But you can call your cousin, Your cousin is supposed to get tell you.
I spoke to my cousin, and I told him I have not heard from him for the past 2 days, and I told him, you might have seen the posting that I told him that he's jacking on 2 sides and he can't work. Him have to decide which side he played for.
I saw that, and I
Oh.
must commend you for that too, because
Yeah.
if you realize my issue with him, you know,
Yeah.
is a two-mode thing sometimes where
I
him say one
understand.
thing
I
and then
understand it very well.
yeah,
But
I
I
don't like
understand it
that.
very well. I don't want you to think that I'm a fool. You
Okay.
see, sometimes me and you drive one another, but it's just a drive. That's why
Right.
sometimes I tell people, say, when you hear two big man, me and Marcel attack, no come in night. You understand what I mean? Leave
Exactly.
it alone.
It's just joyful banter, but
Drive full banter. It's
right,
bantering.
right.
Eh,
And I saw something yesterday in one of the videos where
eh,
he went to, I believe it was Portmore, not sure,
yeah,
and you know he was saying something, and he mentioned the name One Voice, and somebody said something, and the crowd said, "Make him talk, make him finish," and
eh,
then he said One Voice again at the end, and hold up his hand as if cheering One Voice, and I'm like, but he was
eh.
just talking.
Pick up any
So what?
St.
Catherine, St. Andrew, and Kingston.
Because you stop your vehicle, you say,
Safely at a bus stop.
Yeah.
let me tell you something. Keep it up.
Yeah.
By 3 o'clock today, if I don't get a word, we'll continue tomorrow.
We'll come tomorrow, we'll come here again. And the day after, the next day after. That is it.
I believe the government have sense. The government see what is happening now, and then give you the amnesty. Hear from me. We have one voice, people them, they will organize.
One voice.
Watch it.
When him done talk,
Watch it.
Watch it.
Big belly boy. Yo. If we not get no one here, no make sense.
As president of TAGS, I support any group, and I want to make it clear here
Yeah.
that group was formed in one voice.
The strongest one.
Yeah, man. 1,025 man. The second rascal.
Yes, sir, Louis.
We do apologize about that expletive there. Go ahead.
No, yeah, we understand.
Yes, sir, Louis.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm saying is
that
if
is
you're
a clip.
representing a sector, it should be a unified sector that you represent.
Yeah,
Join with everybody. And you see, that is why I like the name of the group, One Voice. It means everybody come together, pool information, and release one statement.
yeah,
Make one request. And that is why they will never get a proper fare increase
Yeah.
until all the groups come and sit at the table like they did today and come back with one document and say, listen, Minister, at this way I'm looking up. The minister said, no, we can't give 50, but we give 30. It's a different thing. But if one man say 10%, I want to say 100%, I want to say 60%, the minister going to give what him feel like. And that is where the issue is. It has to be a unified effort. It don't matter.
That is a fact.
Exactly.
Gentlemen,
But
I'll tell you something. It is 9:05 now. And they said it's Monday before they're going to hand in the letter to Minister Shaw tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And by Monday, you hear something from Minister Shaw. Isn't that what they're saying, Sir Clark?
yes,
Sir
sir.
Clark,
Repeat that.
are you hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying to you that they must hand in the letter tomorrow by 3 o'clock, and then Monday you hear from Minister Shaw.
That's what I understood, and I am hoping that they will meet the deadline. I think they will, because it's in the interest of the nation and the sector. And knowing, two of the major players. I know two, but we may have a different sector too. But I think they are committed. I think all of them are committed to completing such a document in short order. So I will have word 3 o'clock tomorrow if it was done. You know.
All right. Sir Radcliffe Lewis, we're gonna change gear for a couple of minutes, then we're gonna go off.
Yes.
What is your views on the state of public emergency by the Prime Minister?
Well, listen to me. The only thing that I am sorry was not implemented, and that it was not the whole island. That was under the state of emergency, because that is the only thing that will help to control crime. And
so that means Mr. Lewis.
Yes, sir.
That is the only crime
Weapon
plan.
we have now.
That's the only crime plan the government have?
No.
For the country?
The state of emergency is a part of the crime plan.
So hold on there. Under the Constitution, the Prime Minister is allowed to give for the whole live long time he's in office state of emergency?
Yeah, but because that is the only thing that is helping. So why not? So why?
The country?
Well, listen to me. They have plans. But as I say, one of the plan is the state of emergency. And you have that tool in the toolbox, so use it.
So that means, Mr. Lewis.
Yes, sir.
That the Labour Party only have one thing to fight crime in Jamaica.
Yes.
State of emergency.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yes or no,
There
Mr.
are other things like the Zosos. There are other things like police operations, road operations. Where police presence are now on the road, especially in the carpet area. There are other things like the video to be placed at strategic locations. They started already, but it is not completed.
Why is that completed?
Because it's going to need cash. It takes cash to pay.
No, chat nonsense on my ears now. Did you hear what Dan Webby from the senator, government senator said in Parliament?
You mean Dan Webby?
Yes, Dan Webby.
Yeah. Yes.
You heard what he said in Parliament about money?
No, sir.
Do you know how much money from donor countries was given to Jamaica to fight crime?
Yeah.
I'm having Mr. Clark, I'm having something in the background, some TV on in the background there. Or is it Mr. Lewis?
Yeah, must have me.
I'm hearing something that's kind of affecting me here.
Yeah. Well,
but I'm saying to you, the government has received the tunes of millions, calculated in the Jamaican currency, billions of dollars to fight crime. And not even 3/4 of that money was spent on crime. Dan Webby said it in the Parliament of Jamaica. So don't come and tell me that everything they don't have the cash to put up the cameras, the CCTV cameras.
Yeah, well, Dan Webby,
the chairman of the Police Federation is saying also that the police officers don't have ballistic vests, not ballistic helmets. They don't have uniforms. They don't have guns. So where is the money going? That's a question we need to ask the government of Jamaica. Maybe you can answer the question.
No, I can't answer it. But my little knowledge how government operates is sometimes their crime is a very serious situation, yes? It is serious. But there are times there are other situations that is more serious than crime. No, crime is a very serious situation. But there are times there are other situations that takes let not say is more serious than crimes. That takes priority over crime. And I can tell you one.
Mr. Lewis, like what?
Let me tell you.
Is there any natural disaster in the country that takes the priority now?
This record. One was the pandemic.
No. Hold on there now.
Yeah, one was the pandemic. No, it's an example me giving you now, you know.
Hold on there. Make I give you some facts. You hold on a minute. Yeah. Make I give you some facts. Since you go there, make I give you some facts. Washington, D.C., March 18, 2022. The World Bank Board Executive Directors approve finance US $150 million for Jamaica COVID-19 response. That's a loan. The IMF again, executive directors gave Jamaica $520 million to address the crime pandemic. Jamaica get US 75 million US in loan from the Inter-American Development Bank. Don't come and tell me about COVID take over money, then get money. And the diaspora gave a telethon, raised funds, and gave it to Minister Babsy Grange, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, in the tune of 50 million Jamaican dollars. Nobody know where that money is. No accountability. So don't come on my program and tell me that they divert money to fight COVID. I'm not chatting nonsense. And Harris trying to tell the people of this country, why is it that can't give the rank and file and the policemen and women in this country the tools to fight crime in Jamaica? It can't be. Every damn minute you come with state of emergency. It cannot be.
Well, let me tell you something. That sometimes you get loan from foreign donor, you know. But that loan, you think that when you get the loan, you get the cash in your hand? Mr. Tavares, you don't get the cash in your hand.
So where get in your hand?
Sometimes you get medicine. They grant the money sometimes to purchase drugs for the pandemic. So the money no reach the country. The money the America see me, but you get the drugs. And the fact that we don't have any money to buy the drugs, they lend us the money, buy the drugs, send it to us, and then we pay back. But you don't get the money in your hand.
Mr. Lewis, let me say something to you. We know when they get medications or they get vaccine or whatever. This is what this thing said, and I'm going by what it said. So if it is that they did not get the cash in hand, how is it that the Auditor General report is reporting that 100 million Jamaican dollars from the Ministry of Health and Wellness was misappropriated? In other words, it just spent up all over the place.
No, that is local. That is local. That is local budgetary money they're talking about, not foreign money.
I am not a fool, sir. I understand you, but I am saying to you, sir.
Yes.
I asked you a question about crime, and you said to me that some of the funds were diverted to fight the COVID pandemic.
No, I never said that, you know.
What did you say?
I was giving you an example, and we are taxed sometimes money granted, but other things comes in that is priority, and then the money has to be diverted elsewhere to deal with that priority matter. And I said an example is the COVID
but I am
pandemic.
I understand what you're
So I'm
saying.
not saying the money was diverted there. I'm just giving you an example. There are other areas too that I could give you an example. You know, so that the money could be diverted to help to pay salary to other sections. Can I say that to you, know, Sir Jeffrey?
You know, say you Radcliffe Lewis and Edgerton Newman, Mr. No calling in politics.
No man, me different from I said, man. Me don't nominate you now to be an MP.
No.
Yeah, man.
No.
Because let me tell you see politician, politician chief work is to what?
Tell lie.
And talk like you. Talk. And that they work, you know. Politician chat, you know, man. And that for them work with chat, you know. Them not tell lie. They will say things that almost go so but no go so. You know.
Promises are coming.
Yeah. Anyway, Jeffrey, me have to go around. Me want to listen to Mr. Trump announce him something. But you be call me, man. But listen me. Me don't want you call Marcel and tell Marcel to call me, no, sir. You call me straight because you have my number.
No, I was on air, sir.
You think I am against you? No, against you.
Man. Hold on, no, man. Because Mr. Clark is one of the producers of the Make We Talk show in the evening.
Oh.
So I asked him because I was on air to give the former SSP Radcliffe Lewis. Hold on, before you go. Make a listen to something before you go.
Yes.
I have to make a listen to something before you go, man. Hold on, man.
All right.
Watch this and listen to this.
When will the taxi strike end?
Operation is going to continue until the Lord Almighty comes for the world.
You remember saying that?
Yes, man. Not one. Right halfway tree. But then use it in a pandemic, you know. Then use it in a pandemic, you know. When the pandemic is going to end. What may I tell you, sir? Then you know, see, last night some people called me. Then my friend Marcel, oh, you know, tell me some tear up Instagram, I see them, man.
Yeah, man.
Then how you know send it? How you know send it on your platform?
Boy, I'm more information. Me have Mr. Brother. I can't.
You have too much information, Pastor. Man, Jeffrey, when you're coming back to host that program.
Which one?
Remember, you and I
Make we talk.
We have to be very careful how we speak certain things, you know.
Yeah, make we talk. This one look like is a nice. This one I like. Oh, is the same roots, man, but this one look more organized.
Yes, man, because I end up getting a different stream apparatus to do this.
Oh, yeah, I like this one.
But you know what I love? Yes,
and much easier to get on.
Right. You know what I love? I love this one. Listen to this.
When will the taxi strike end?
Operation is going to continue until the Lord Almighty comes for the world.
All right, sir. I hear you. No, but me go and get Marcel. Go see me get some people for you for this show when you are produced. Just tell me.
Yeah, man, no problem, man. We talk. We're going to talk.
Mr. Jeffrey.
All right, thank you for
all the best. Marcel, call me.
Yeah, man, I'm going to call you.
Sir Jeffrey, call me.
All the best, Sir Clark.
I miss you.
Lewis.
I miss you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
You miss me throwing out your good friend, your cousin.
Not well. Yeah. You know what?
You can't make him come on my program. You don't talk to me anymore, you know.
Yeah, him no. You want him on your program?
I would love him to come on and tell me what is going on with the sector.
All right. Me tell him.
From all his numbers, but in don't black out the shadow.
Yeah. Call him and tell him, where's Marcel?
Send him the link.
Call him and tell him some me say.
All right, yeah. I'm going to try. I'll try to get him.
Yes, and he don't block me, but he block me, but he don't block all the shaw.
All right, boss.
All right.
All right. SSP Radcliffe.
All right, sir. All right, Sir Jeffrey. All the best.
Same to you.
When you're ready, you call me, man.
Yes, man.
Because we can't talk and crime. We can't talk on anything.
All right, then, sir. No problem. All the best.
Okay, boss.
Thank you. That was former SSP Radcliffe Lewis. The man who said that he will not start this up to the law.
Oh, you trip out again, Jeffrey. All right. He said, SSP Lewis said that he will not stop this operation until the Lord Almighty come. One of his most famous quotes. It was a pleasure having former SSP Radcliffe Lewis on this version of Make We Talk, where we discuss government disrespect, bus and taxi operators, no ticket amnesty tonight. The time is now 9:20 p.m. and we have just wrapped up our chat with former SSP Radcliffe Lewis. It was a very interesting chat. He opened our eyes to what are the possible issues with the ticketing system that may have caused some drivers to be wrongfully arrested on warrants for tickets already paid for. And he said there's a disconnect in the system. We really want to appreciate his input. I really want to tell him thanks. I should say. My host, Sir Jeffrey Tavares, is having some internet issues at this time. Is there anybody else have anything else to say in the chat? One gentleman, Mr. Alex Entertainment, says taxi and bus operator is the most essential workers in Jamaica. We take everyone to work. And I would continue to say that, sir, that you take everybody home also. Yes, it is upon the hour of 9:21 p.m. this Tuesday night, and we are here as we entertain persons calling in on the Make We Talk program. Can you please answer this? Amen. Yes. Jeffrey, are you hearing me? All right, Jeffrey, are you hearing me? Yes. Mr. Wilfred Rattigan is now calling on the other line. I'm getting him to come on the program. Let me just give me a second there while I do some housekeeping. We need to hear his input on the latest developments with the transport sector in Jamaica, based on what came out of the meeting with the transport minister. With the transport minister, with all the representatives from all the taxi and bus groups across the island of Jamaica. While we await Mr. Rattigan joining us, he's the former FBI agent and attorney at law, a son of the soil of the community called Waterhouse. He's also a talk show host himself. He hosts a program, Reason with Rattigan, on Tuesday evenings, I think from 5 to 7. While we are waiting coming on and waiting the return of our host, Jeffrey Tavares, I am still waiting for comments in the chat. I understand the plight of the taximan myself because I've been privy to a lot of information coming out of this sector in the recent weeks. And, persons may not understand why they took such a stance as to withdraw their service this week. There's a ticket system that tickets these drivers excessively for one. Tickets that are paid are still on the system and warrants are being issued and they're being arrested. Lucky for some, they may have records of their tickets that are paid for. And for some, they may have to just pay for it again or do some time in jail for whatever sentence is passed for lack of payment. Some drivers are in excess of hundreds of tickets. Some are in excess of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some persons have resolved some issues in the 2 previous amnesties. Some have accumulated other tickets since then, and some have been paid and some are not paid. It's really a worrisome situation for these drivers. Based on the pronouncements of Canute here, where the tickets will be generated into warrants for the arrest of drivers for outstanding tickets, I think it sent a panic across the industry. And I think that is one of the reasons what caused for such an action and the forming of such a group as the One Voice group, where the group was launched just last Tuesday, and they were the persons who organized and called for the withdrawal of service. There's a person in the chat that is saying, Marsha Dyer, we need some more info on Mr. Rattigan's platform. We will have that soon. I'm waiting for him to join. As soon as he joins, I'll ask him to just personally divulge what his platform is about. So just let me see if I can get him on. Just 1 second. Let me just message him and see. All right. I await his response. I'm still waiting on Jeffrey to come back. He's hearing us, but he can't talk. So I guess there's an internet issue with his connections. But you're here with another edition of Make We Talk. And as we wait our guests to come on, I'm still waiting for more persons to talk in the chat as to the issues that they are facing. If they are drivers or if you're just regular citizens, give me your questions as to what your take on the withdrawal of service that affected persons right across the 14 parishes of Jamaica. I know from my parish, St. Thomas, some persons withdrew, a good amount withdrew, and a small pocket of drivers was working, but a lot of persons didn't come out, period. So the town of Morant Bay was very quiet and slow. And I understand that was happening right across Jamaica. Based on the pronouncement of Mr. Mahfoud, I think he represents the PSOJ, and other persons came on the media talking about what effects this withdrawal has on their businesses, on their factories, and so forth. Um, I am glad that there's somewhat of a meeting at the table where dialogue is now open. But what I most appreciate about it is that the dialogue is not just with a small body, but a wide body of persons from the sector called transportation. Before, it was limited to maybe one name or one particular association. But today, there was a sit down meeting, and I really, really appreciate that effort. I think we have Mr. Rattigan and Mr. Tavares. Welcome, Mr. Rattigan.
Thank you very much for calling me back. I am Wilfred Rat. Oh, sorry, you mean Wilfred Rattigan? He's down there.
Yes.
We're having some internet issues. But,
hold on, Jeffrey. There was a person on the platform who said we need some more info on Mr. Rattigan's platform in terms of what his broadcast is. Sir Rattigan, can you just introduce yourself and who you are, and the name of your show and how they can get on your show, sir?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, my brother. The name of the show is Reason with Rattigan, and it's on every Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. on www.reggaeglobalradio.com. That's reggaeglobalradio.com. And the aim of the program is to enlighten the masses about what's going on with the government in terms of policy, in terms of actions, um, especially when it comes to corruption and financing. Where is the money? We try to figure out who gave money to whom, how the money was spent, who's responsible, and so what we try to do is to educate the masses to let them know that when you don't get good medical services, you don't have any infrastructure, roads, water, etc. Your children can't get a good education. You have no job. Um, just look to your politician, and you'll find out that in a lot of instances, monies were earmarked for your community, but you didn't get it and you didn't know about it. And so the money has been funneled into the pockets of those politicians. So we try to enlighten people so that they can start making some noise and get to the point where they stop treating the politicians as demigods and hold them accountable. And we don't care about political party. If whoever you voted for is not doing the work, then you vote for somebody else the next go around. And so today we had a nice show. We had the chairman of the Police Federation on, and he explained to the masses why he provided a different perspective of the police than the one we're used to. So he explained that they're not getting their resources. So they've been given basket to carry water. And it was interesting, refreshing, enlightening to hear from somebody in his position come out and say, look, the government is not doing what it promised to do and what it's supposed to be doing. So that's the nature of the program. It's enlightenment. And I think next week we're going to have a journalist on from one of the radio stations in Jamaica who will give a comprehensive look at the landscape of Jamaica. So he'll analyze and synthesize the whole society and we try to do it in a 2-hour program. So that's where we are.
Thank you very much, my good friend Wilfred Rattigan.
Me mash up
Former
there.
FBI agent.
You see me in my bed, man. Me mash up, man. I'm supposed to go to Philadelphia tomorrow to represent a client and not to call him tonight. And it looked like I might have COVID, so them tell me don't come, stay in my yard. So.
Well, the Prime Minister said, turn your yard.
Mr. Rattigan,
Yes, sir.
somebody's asking a question.
Yes, sir.
That what is your views on the whole? Well, I'm asking the question too. What is your views on the whole state of emergency given by the Prime Minister of Jamaica?
Okay. Well, let me say that this is, as everybody knows, nothing new, right? He did a state of emergency in some of those same parishes previously, and he said that the crime rate was significantly reduced. Well, of course, it's going to be significantly reduced. If you tell the gunmen that you're coming in, and then you flood the place, of course, crime rate is gonna be reduced, because what happens is that the gunmen, they're gonna depart. Crime radiates when police come into the circle. They radiate, so they go somewhere else and they commit the crime. So if that is a crime plan, it won't work, because then you might as well have a state of emergency for the entire country. And right now, I don't even know how many places they have it. I know this time around it's like 6 or 7 parishes. I know Kingston and St. Andrew, there's segments of those of that parish, but well, those 2 parishes. But the other, like St. James and Westmoreland and Hanover and a couple of the places, it's the entire parish. No, what it is, it's just a presence. It's a tactic. It's not a strategy. It's a tactic. And if that thing worked, right? If that thing worked, they wouldn't be bringing it back now. They just keep it going. But they know it doesn't work, because it's not a tactic. And it's funny, because in 2016, 2017, the Prime Minister himself was saying that he's not into those short-term gains, those shock and all kind of stuff. He's more into the strategic long game of completely controlling crime. You can't eradicate it, but you can control it. And now here it is that it's a knee-jerk reaction. They're completely devoid of ideas to fight crime, and so they go back to this nonsense about state of emergency and Zozo. Zozo is a failure, by the way, because the clear hole and build. Listen to this nonsense. You're supposed to clear the neighborhood of bad guys, hold it, right, and then set up social services program and build. What about catching the bad guys? This is a clear, hold, and build. What about catch or clear and then hold and build? So you can see where the strategy is going. They don't, it's either they have no interest in doing this or they don't know what they're doing. I think it's a combination of both. I think they've given up because they just run out of ideas. The ideas they have is, the crime fighting ideas they have is Zozo, state of emergency, curfews, bulldozing property, and the other one is what's the other one? Amnesty. Right, that's the crime plan. They're completely
okay. You as a prime minister, the people have voted and put you there, and there's a group in the country having civil unrest in the sense of they're calling for ticket amnesty, and you are going to address the nation, a press briefing pertaining to the Zozo. Wouldn't you address the whole thing also?
Yes. I would address the whole thing.
Neither the Prime Minister and the Minister of Transport didn't address the situation at all.
No, because see, these are amateur politicians. They have no idea what they're doing. Because look, a real leader would say, okay, we have an issue here, and it doesn't look like my minister is able to address it. So let me get involved and resolve, because this is a national crisis. People can't move around, goods can't move around. It's affecting the economy, right? So you think that he would get involved, but instead, the man is silent as a church mouse. But he's been silent for a while now because there's not much for him to crow about. Everything is just going south. Look at the poll for the 2 people in charge of our national security: 93 and 92% disapproval. Right? Then you have Tufton, Money Mason, contract issued, no paperwork, none of that stuff. Problems. Then you have Favor Williams turning our children into criminals by her unsatisfactory performance. So and the beat goes on and on and on and on and on. So
do you think that this should happen to the Prime Minister?
What's that?
Prime Minister should pack your bags and go. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Small.
Yeah.
Prime Minister should pack your bags and go. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Small.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would hope that it wouldn't get to that point. I'm hoping that the Prime Minister would see the errors of his ways and make some changes and get back on the right track, right? Because you don't want to see people. I mean, people voted for him. They believe in him. They have confidence in him. And look, if he's willing to say, look, I made some mistakes. I made some judgment, some errant judgment. I know. But if he would do that, then that's fine. But if he's going to continue doing the things that he's doing, then it's time for him to pack his bags and go. It's that simple. But you won't get him. But the thing about it is that power is intoxicating, And once you get that taste of it, that drunken state that you're in, man, you're mellow. And so he's not going to give that up, because if he gives up that power, who knows what's going to happen, because the U.S. government might just come after him then, because they know a lot. They know a lot. And once you're in a position where you're not, you're dispensable, then all bets are off. So, it's one of those things where we just hope for the best for the people of Jamaica, because God knows that they deserve better than this. They deserve much better. I mean, they voted for better than this. And this is what they're getting right now. My heart grieves for them. But another thing is to watch and see what will happen in the elections, because sometimes, what they say, you get the government you deserve. So if you know all of these things and you go and vote for the person, and the person doesn't make any difference in your life, then you can't blame anybody. You just can't blame anybody. But that state of emergency, though, it's rubbish. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Because, and I said before, if they're gonna brag and talk about the reduction of crime rates all over the place, then I said, well, whatever caused you to reduce the crime rate in Hanover, Westmoreland, whatever, use it island wide. Use it island wide. See, they can't use Zozo because they don't have the money to support Zozo. And in the law, it's written that the entire island cannot be a Zozo. But the entire island can be an SOE.
But I don't think, unless they went back to Parliament and known to me and amend the State of Emergency Act. But he has been using it from ever since he get into politics, from when he get into power to fight the crime. And I personally don't think that is helping the country at all.
No.
Well,
No.
gentlemen, this is the way I have to.
And all you have to do, Jeff, to realize how incompetent, inefficient these people are, all you need to do is just go back and look at the budget presentations from 2016 to now. That will tell you everything you need to know about all of the agencies. Because in his budget presentation, he talks about all of them.
Also, Mr. Rattigan, putting you on standby from now. Sunday evening.
Yes, sir.
At 2 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
He will be addressing his conference at the National Arena. We'll be carrying that live.
Yes.
And after all of that, join us at 7 o'clock for us
I'm at your service, sir.
deeper.
I'm at your service. I'm at your service.
Thank you. To dig deeper in what he said.
Yeah.
Does he has a crime plan? Because Minister of National Security, Harris Chang, said that the Prime Minister will lay out his crime plan for Jamaica, his time, whatever for Jamaica.
But think about this. He's 6 years into governing, and you're coming out with a crime plan now, and in the 6 years that he's been there, the homicide rate has been over 1,000 every year, and he's just coming out with a crime plan now. And then not only that, if he says he's coming out with a crime plan now, I can prove to him that he doesn't know what he's talking about, because in one of the debate presentations, the budget presentations, he mentioned actually in two of them, he mentioned the Plan Secure Jamaica as his crime plan. So I don't know what other crime plan I'm going to come up with. Somebody needs to challenge him on that Plan Secure Jamaica, that black hole for cash. You know, somebody needs to talk to him and the minister about that. But no,
this Sunday,
yes, sir,
we are going to dig deep. We're going to talk about it. We're going to analyze, dissect, and all kind of stuff to find out what is the Prime Minister up to. Is it that the Prime Minister at this moment want to take Jamaica into a military state? Why he doesn't want to give the JCF anything?
Look, Jeffrey.
Is that the Prime Minister's plan?
Jeffrey, look.
Militarize Jamaica?
Look, all of the major security positions, right? He's got military people there, right? Think about this. The Plan Secure Jamaica initiative, that is their crime plan. You know who was put in charge of implementing the principles to that plan? It was a military man. It was a colonel. I have his name here. I don't remember now, but I have his name here. He didn't give it to the JCF. He didn't give it to the JCF. Huh?
Colonel Trevor McMillan?
No. No, some guy I heard who got promoted and moved on, and so nobody's now implementing Plan Secure Jamaica. So it's a joke. But everywhere you look is military people. Everywhere you look is military people. But no, because I'd be happy to sit in and break this down, because I have the information. So let's rock and roll, man.
Yes, this Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. Join us at 2 o'clock for a live broadcast from the National Arena. We'll be live from the National Arena this Sunday at 2 o'clock for the Prime Minister's address to his party and to the nation. And then at 7 o'clock, join Wilfred Rattigan, myself, and two other persons that I am not going to name. I'm going to try and get them on the program. Two well-known Jamaican female who is of the political arena, very outspoken individuals. I'm going to try and get them to come on the program to analyze the Labour Party conference. So until you hear us again, we're going to say good night from here. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Mr. Clark, your final word before we go, sir.
Yes, Jeffrey. I just want to end by saying that it was a good discussion tonight, and we had on SSP Radcliffe, who is retired, and we had on One Love from the One Voice group, and we had numerous persons in the chat who have contributed, and we now have Mr. Wilfred Rattigan. Very interesting discussion. I was hoping that Mr. Rattigan would have been on when Sir Lewis was on, because I really wanted to hear his response to Mr. Rattigan, share the donor fund information with him. May I suggest that we put him on Sunday night then? Because he seemed to
politics Sunday night.
Yeah, man, make him talk politics, because he seemed to be surprised that there is some donor funds, because he was giving the explanation that the money probably didn't actually come to Jamaica. So really? I think it'd be a good discussion to see his response to it, or his questions.
Tell me one time Jamaica got a loan and the money didn't come. Jamaica said them don't want it.
Never.
No, because you apply for the loan, you apply for it, and you agree to the terms and conditions, and then the party say, okay, we'll give you the money, and then you say, oh, I'm gonna change my mind, I don't want it. Never.
Yes. Anyway, gentlemen, we have to wrap up this.
Okay,
Yes.
sir.
Sir Rattigan, your final words before we go.
Yeah, I'm sorry I came on late, man. I was running around after my program. I had to deal with some stuff with this client out in Philadelphia. But it's always a pleasure being on your program. It's always an eye opener for me. I learn, and I hope that people learn from some of the things that I share. So I'm looking forward to Sunday because we should have a lot to talk about, and I'll be ready because I'm gonna go over the Auditor General's report. I'm gonna go over the national security plan. I'm gonna go over the budget presentation. I'm gonna go over plan secure. So I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
Yes. And I must say your program this evening was very enlightening, informative.
Thank you.
Because I listened to you. It was very good.
Thank you, sir.
And let me say this to my fellow Jamaicans. I may sound like a scratch record, but I have to be a scratch record. The time come. The PNP time come, but the time is now. Let us not stand by and let our country go down the drain. Let us not stand by and see our country knocking behind our sister country Haiti's back door. Let us speak out. Let us stop the whole political thing. I'm a PNP, I'm a JLP. We're Jamaicans. We came here by labor pay, not by aeroplane like the Chinese. Let us stand up for this country. This rock belongs to us. Till you hear my voice again, may God bless you. May God bless Jamaica land we love. I'm going to end with a song. We do not own the copyrights to this song.
And as we fight one another for the power and the glory, the kingdom goes to waste. We the people want to know just where we're going. Right now we hands are tied behind the back, while certain people, if unbuttoned, where do we stand? We have too far to go, not to really know just how we're getting there. And if we're getting anywhere, we have too much to change, not to know the range of possibility and changeability. Violence and crime is commonplace in these said times. No man walk free.
Thank you all for coming on. We do not own the copyrights to this song by Ernie Smith. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. May God bless you, and may God bless Jamaica land we love. Have a good evening.